So what is all this guff and bluster about social media? Until recently, social media to me was being nosy as to what old, present and new friends were doing, what they were having for dinner, who was poked who recently, apparently that's a social media term, honest, and who is having a party or gathering as it's now called and not invited me. I trust you will not be surprised to learn that social media is constantly changing and it remains critically important to your digital marketing strategy. It is not enough to just show up. You need to also understand the rules of the game and how to rise above the competition. Social media has been a rising player in the digital marketing game for so long now that many are wondering when is it going to start losing steam. The answer to the question is not anytime soon. People are in love with social media platforms. Not a crush or an infatuation, but the type of love that keeps them up at night, interferes when they are trying to concentrate. Social media has become not just the go-to activity when you're bored, have a little downtime, or just have a compulsion built from habit, but people do actually view and make their first decisions on purchases based on what their social media platform is showing them. So how is social media going to help me sell your development? Well, social media alone is not the answer. Understanding the mechanics of how to find the buyers is the key. Any house purchase from a buyer's perspective is like looking for a needle in a haystack. If they come across it, great. If not, they'll just amble around looking and looking and looking. Yes, they might stumble across the proverbial needle, but how long will that take? Now, how about if at Mead New Homes we find the needle, your site, for the buyer and take it to them through the media of social networks? Brilliant, I hear you cry. But how are you going to do that? Embrace social media. Love it like your partner and use it like an old friend whilst understanding the mechanics of utilising the digital world. Question: would you entrust your car to a mechanic if you did not understand the make or model? You would take it to somebody who understands the areas underneath the bonnet rather than just looking at the tyres or bodywork, wouldn't you? So why would you entrust your development to somebody who does not understand how social media works or how to utilise it effectively for your benefit? Here are a couple of stats to demonstrate. Globally, 1 million new social media users are born every day. In the UK alone, social media users hit an all-time high with a hefty 83% of the adult population now tweeting, gaming, liking and snapping on one or more social media channels every day. 90% of companies on social media use these platforms for brand awareness. Are you part of that 10% that does not? Social media is an effective way to not only promote what you're selling, but to increase your brand's awareness. Facebook has the largest user base globally. Around half of the UK's population actively use Facebook, with around 45% of these users finding themselves on the social network multiple times a day. In a recent report, a high percentage of the UK's female use Facebook compared to males, 84% versus 73%. 81% of 18 to 34-year-olds actively use Instagram. With 81 of this age bracket using the platform on a daily basis, these are predominantly in the first-time buyer bracket for house hunting. 80% of 23 to 37-year-olds are active Facebook users. First and second-time buyers, or those fortunate enough to potentially be looking for a second home. 60% of 52 to 71-year-olds are active Facebook users. Downsizers and those potentially looking for a new home due to the lack of improvement required or decoration required. This is just the tip of the social media iceberg. So what, I hear the cynics shouting. At Mead New Homes, I know how to digitally find these buyers, not by just aimlessly throwing mud at the wall and hoping it sticks. Is that what happens with estate agents? But actually profiling what they have been looking for and targeting those buyers by sending them videos of your development and houses. If you want to find out how we find your buyers rather than letting the buyers find us, drop me a line.